how does a pitcher get to that point where he backs off a bit? Because, yeah, Herman hits the guy in the foot with a breaking ball, but Herman believes in his breaking ball. How do you convince him to maybe discretion's the better part of Valerie?
Well, no, it's not. It's not so much the pitch. It's just, he missed by a pretty good margin. You can't. Again, I think where Herman runs into some issues is when his command, his misses become too big, and we'll see that with Herman, that he'll miss out of the strike zone in pretty big ways, as opposed to tightening up his whole package of pitches. I think that is, and he's still, and like a lot of pitchers, I've seen pitchers in the late 40s, mid to late 30s, try to overthrow pitches. It's part of. He has a tendency more than most overthrow his pitches, whether it's overthrow the fastball to try to get more velocity, overthrow the breaking ball to try to make it nastier. He's got to get to that point where he gets to the point where within his delivery, his arm stroke, his effort level, that he's got to trust the result if it's a negative one based on his effort level. And that's hard to do sometimes as a pitcher, where you back off and maybe you throw the ball with a nice effort, and you give up a base hit, give up a big hit, and the first thing that comes to your mind, I didn't throw that ball as hard as I could. You gotta get over that thought, and when you get there, good things will start to happen. But you got to get there first.
Okay.
Past that point of, I didn't give enough effort. I didn't throw the ball as hard as I could. I didn't spin it as hard as I could. As a starter, you cannot do that.
For me, also
some relief pitchers,
okay,
who are max effort guys. It's who are able to get the ball in the strike zone, max effort. It's hard to scale those guys down. Now, every pitcher is unique. I take each pitcher individually. When I'm going through teaching moments or assessments, there's 800 of them in the big leagues, and they're not all the same. Guys are very similar. You run across a lot of pitchers who are similar, but they're all different. That's just like all of us.
And just over the years, I've watched you talk about John maybe wanting to do some things with the changeup. Same with Senza. Same with really Marquez. Is it difficult to be patient? You've had these guys over a number of years, and they have improved in some areas. There are still areas out there. How do you stay patient? Because these things are career-long processes.
Because you got to. That's what you got to. Because in competition, when your game is on the line and your performance is on the line, and you hear me talk about best stuff, right? You're not going to go outside of your best stuff in a crisis, or it's going to come. You're going to kick yourself in the tail. Get beat with your third or fourth pitch. The trick is to get to the point where those pitches become quality enough, where in a crisis you throw them and you don't look back. You say, hey, the curveball was the right pitch in that situation to that guy, and I got beat. And until you get to that point of having confidence in the pitch, it just takes patience to get there. And in a lot of our now with John and Juan, they're going to rely on fastball velocity with movement and the hard break. Now, Sensa, on the other hand, threw a 3-2 curveball the other day. I can't remember who it was to, but he threw a 3-2 curveball against, can't remember what hit. It might have been Yastrzemski. uh, for an out. And I said, okay, now we're getting there, right? Because, before he went to that point of 3-2 curveball in a crisis, it was always either fastball or slider.